How's it going, guys? Xbox Jared here. So, in case y'all are wondering why I'm doing all these martial arts reviews of movies, it's basically I've been very inspired lately. I think I'm going to go ahead and join an MMA gym here pretty soon. I don't know when I will. I'm sort of I can be flaky with stuff, but I've been pretty inspired and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that and hopefully start training because all my life, believe it or not, I wanted to be a fighter. Ever since I saw Bruce Lee on TV, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And I even joined karate at a very young age. I believe I was 8 or 9 years old. I was in second grade, I remember. Got to orange belt, but unfortunately, school was a bitch and I was doing really poorly, so I had to quit to focus on my grades. Also, it was really expensive and my family wasn't that rich. But I always had that inside of me. I always still wanted to do that. And after I graduated school, when I had free time of my own, I started doing a lot of research on martial arts because I still had that in my blood. Uh, and one of the things one of the first videos I bought, believe it or not, was an MMA video. I'll never forget, it was called Dirty Street Fighting by Adam the Pitbull Hutchins. It was this really Italian guy, kind of bald dude. You looked like you wouldn't want to mess with him, though. He had this sort of edge. And he taught, I know the name said Dirty Street Fighting, but it wasn't like dirty moves. I don't know why he called it that, which was really kind of bad marketing. But you could tell it was filmed just like in his apartment or something. And, he taught these different techniques. Or maybe at some gym. I don't know. I don't remember where he filmed it, but it was informative. And I liked all the methods that he taught. He was very, precise in all of his stuff. And it was all well detailed. And so, believe it or not, guys, I know I talk a lot about karate and stuff like that, but I do come from an MMA background. I've practiced a lot of MMA, maybe not at a gym, but I've still practiced it by myself. I practice the techniques, the holds, the takedowns, all that stuff. You really don't have to have a partner, but it does help though. And that's one reason why I do want to join a gym, or a class or whatever you want to call it. It's because I want to be able to spar with people. I want to be able to have that sort of, that touch feel kind of, you know, uh, um, to be able to get that sort of real life thing rather than just shadow boxing and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, there's a little bit of a rant for you before the review, but I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. So this review though of Street, I'm not going to make it too long. It's a pretty simple movie, pretty, you know, it's a basic movie, but it's a good movie. You know what I mean? There may not be a whole lot to it, but then again, it is just a fighting movie. You can't expect something like Star Wars. Fucking, some kind of really Metal Gear Solid like plot. With all these different scenarios going on. But it's about a kid. He kind of reminds me of myself. A little bit younger kid. He has a little sister, and he's with his mom, which I can relate to that. But he basically wants to, he wants to be a fighter like me. He wants to be a prize fighter, but he ends up getting in trouble with the Russian mafia, which I thought was kind of hilarious. I mean, I was also like, I was thinking in my head, like, this is, I don't know, man, this is almost to the point of being a little bit too far-fetched. But it so happens that he picks with the wrong guy. He gets in a fight at some 7-Eleven, like someone's flirting with this girl, and he beats him up, which I think happened to be like a Russian mafia member. And so they end up going after him and they give him a choice to either fight for their little underground Russian fighting crap or they'll kill him. So he ends up going to both schools. But eventually, the guys at the good school find out that he's doing that dirty stuff. And so they fire him. But eventually, it so happens that he has to come back. I forget what happened. Anyways, they eventually take him back. But it's a really great movie. I like the kid. He reminds me of myself because I used to shave the sides of my head, and that's a hairstyle he has. It's not quite a mohawk, but it's like, I don't know, it's like a flat top. You guys know what that is, but it's sort of like he grew his hair out. I like the way he braids it too. It's pretty rad. I always dreamed of doing that, braiding my hair, but my hair is so thick, and because of stress and age, it thinned out on the sides, so it's only thick on top, which is really retarded. But you know, I'm trying to make healthy improvements in my life, and that's one thing I wanted to tell you guys is that don't be so quick to judge older people because when you get older, it's easier to get stressed, and that can affect you physically. Some of you guys who talk trash, you know, you're gonna be getting the same shit happening to you, man. Karma's a bitch. You know, some of you guys who make fun of my hairline, that can happen to you too, kids. So be careful what you say, man, because stress can affect the body. And also, you know, gaining weight is because of an imbalanced hormone in the body called cortisol, which is an anti-stress hormone. But when you have too much of it, you actually can gain weight a lot easier. And that's one reason why I am fat. A lot of people don't know that. You know, people always throw out judgments to the fat guy, and I've learned to, you know, realize that being fat over the years, but that's why I'm fat is because of stress, and that's why my hair is not what it used to be. And you know, it is what it is, man. I'm not the kind of guy that judges myself. People like to judge me over the internet, which is really sad and petty. That you know, you think that you're cool, acting like a little kid, attacking people over the internet behind your keyboard. But I'll tell you, man, that really makes me want to pound something too. I have a lot of built-up aggression from all these, you know, little cyber troll bitches, and I think going to an MMA gym would help me with that too. It would help me release that anger. But I do a lot of stuff by myself too. You know, exercising helps me release stress. Even just punching something. You know, I have one of those MMA kick pads that you hold. Sometimes I'll just beat one of those. It also helps with bone conditioning too. You know, practice on that thing, and then maybe like I'll hit something harder. You know, after I do the soft foam, I'll go to like hardwood or something like that. That's kind of how I like to do it. I can tell though I still need to condition myself a lot more. You know, there's people out there who can break a baseball bat with their legs, and oh man, if I tried that, I would be in some serious pain. I would probably break my leg. Uh, but I'm gonna try to get good, man. You know, as as the little gamers say, you know, get good, GITGUD, gotta get good. And so I've been watching movies to help inspire me. And hopefully these reviews inspire you too, man, because I believe there is a fighter in everyone. I don't believe that, you know, only some people are born with the desire to fight. I think everyone is actually born with that. Some people, maybe they just, you know, they lose it for whatever reason. But if you think about it, guys, we're all fighters, you know. We all have that blood in us from our relatives who fought wars, you know, who fought to survive. As human beings, we all have that fight or flight spirit. It's an instinct. That's what keeps us alive. So I would encourage all of you, you know, even if it's just practicing alone, even if it's not going to a school or anything, practice martial arts, you know, do what you can to get good because it could very well save your life. But anyways, guys, that's just my short little review for you here. Street is streaming on Netflix if you want to check it out. Really great movie. I like the coach, by the way. I just want to mention him really quick. This kind of fat black guy. And he says something in there that sort of rings true. I thought was a little quote. Basically, when you can't do it anymore, that's when you teach. And I believe that wholeheartedly. You know, I just have to rant really quick. I see some teachers out there in martial arts of all different styles who are like in their 20s and even, you know, early 30s. And I just think to myself, like, bro, why are you doing this? I mean, you still have your youth in you, you know? Why are you wasting it when you could be training and competing? I don't believe martial arts teachers should be that young. I think that the minimum age should be at least 40, if not older. I think that, you know, when you still have that youth in you, you should use it to your best advantage. But also a quick little rant too I have to is I'm gonna try to, you know, join an MMA course. I was thinking about karate, but the truth of the matter is, guys, you know, times have changed and karate really isn't that relevant anymore. There have been styles that have tried to compete with MMA like Kyokushin, and stuff like that, which implement more modern fighting like ground techniques. But the truth of the matter is, if you really want to go to a good school, I would say go to an MMA school. I think that's the best thing for you. You know, karate has had its time to shine, but it's not, we're not in the 70s and 80s anymore, or 90s. Times have changed, and I think MMA really is the way to go. But I still believe utilizing internal energy, like from ancient arts like kung fu and stuff like that. I think when you can have internal and external, that's what makes the ultimate fighter. I ranted on that a little bit on my other review videos. No retreat, no surrender. If you want to watch that review, I said some kind of helpful things there that could help you guys out. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review. If I had to rate this, I'll probably give it an 8 out of a 10. You know, this is one of those martial arts movies that actually had good actors in it, but I guess because they were adults, you know. And with kids, it's you're not going to find a lot of good kid actors, but just it was an all-around good movie, man. And I liked how the kid was, you know, trying to take care of his mom too, because I'm in that same situation, trying to take care of my own mother. So I definitely related a lot to the kid in this movie. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Peace.